Max likes this very much.
Welcome to
Coffee with Toffees.
Let's do this.
Good morning and welcome back to Coffee with Toffees, guys, the Dota 2 morning show, and I'm here with a fresh brew of Coffee with Toffees for you today. It's just little old me because, well, there's not a lot of news, and we do have some guests coming up as the week goes on. So first, let's start talking about the stuff we always have to talk about, and that is the introduction. So if you don't know me, my name's Toffees. You can find me at Toffees_Dota2. You can follow me there on Twitter. You can support the show at patreon.com/Toffees, where you can give any amount you like to keep us running, or you can purchase one of these sweet new Coffee with Toffees mugs. If you want to do that from PayPal, it's also available on the Twitch site, which is twitch.tv/Toffees_Dota2. That said, guys, we bring in all the best action here. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing the show, but it is a lot of work, and I do have a little one. So pardon the sporadic timing. I guarantee you'll get your 3 shows a week, but sometimes it's hard to get the podcast out before 10 a.m. like we used to, now that I do have the little one with me generally all the time. So that is just something to bear with me with as we fine-tune the process. It does take a few hours to sort of prep the show, get it up and running, and it is a lot of work with the little guy as well. So appreciate the love and the support, and keep it coming because it means the world to me. And another big announcement, not a huge announcement, I do want to let you guys know that we're working on a new program for the show. We're trying to add a top pro plays, top list basically, to the Friday episode. In order to do that, I need a pick team and I need an editor. And I have been contacted by some folks. We're putting the pick team together right now, so if you can be part of the team that helps pick the pro plays, you can email me at 5minusgaming. 5minusgaming@gmail.com. And if you're an editor who's interested in helping out with the project, that way I wouldn't mind having more than one editor. That way everybody can sort of take a week, if that makes sense, and cut the load down, since honestly the show doesn't really have any money, so I can't pay to have an editor. So if you want to volunteer some time and do some editing, and then maybe down the line we try to work something out if it ever comes to fruition. That said, same email. Send it over. I'd love to have you involved. That said, let's get out of the introduction and into the news. So kind of a weird week, or a couple days in Dota. Obviously, not much has happened since Monday in terms of major news stories. Now, the ones that have happened are a little bit outside of our normal scope. So I have them listed under Pro News and Other News. It's just a lot of interesting esports or Dota 2 related stuff, I guess, but not your typical sort of Dota news. And the first one that sort of falls in that category is that Reeves has announced that he's leaving Dota Cinema. He said it's a great ride. He put out a statement that said, here's to all my loves. What a ride. I had a fantastic time at DC, and it warms my heart to receive so many messages and well wishes from so many of you. Leaving DC can be considered a mutual decision between me and Suns fan, though I do wish a number of things had gone differently and that I could have been utilized more efficiently within the company. That being said, there's no ill will between myself and Dota Cinema, and I wish them all the best. As for what's next, I consider myself at the moment a sort of free agent in the YouTube and online world, and I'm leaving my options open for now. Perhaps someone out there has need for an out-of-work personality. Perhaps I'll go back to my old job. Perhaps I'll take steps on my own for YouTube streaming. I can't stress enough how much my fans mean to me and how much your support has fueled me and still drives me today. So that said, Reeves basically saying he did not feel utilized at Dota Cinema. Most of us know Reeves from the Dota Fails videos that are very, very popular over on their site. Statement that came out from Dota Cinema as well, so that they started shifting in different directions and decided to part ways. So it seems like a mutual choice, very corporate in action. Excuse me. But that said, Reeves no longer with Dota Cinema, so do not expect him to be part of the Dota Fails show, though I have heard that Dota Fails will continue with Dota Cinema, so we won't lose the show that we have come to love. The second piece of news, by the way, if you don't watch Dota Fails on Dota Cinema, you should check it out on YouTube. It is one of my favorite shows to catch whenever it comes out. I freaking love it. All right. Next one up, Myth and Trust part ways. So you might know Myth Trust from the SEA scene. They show up in a lot of tournaments. The team is Trust, the sponsor's Myth. And Myth stands for Made in Thailand. Been together for a very long time. And I think this is the first international, actually. Well, they've parted ways now. It looks like Trust will be signing with Signature Gaming, and they've actually moved into a team house together in a province near eastern Thailand, where they're going to start boot camping for the International 5 in August. So that's a 4-month boot camp, if that's actually what they're doing. So I don't know if they're moving in now or if they're going to move in a little bit later, but it sounds like they're confident they'll get either the qualifier invite for sure, or maybe they think that they're going to boot camp now to earn their way into TI5. But it is a bit of a shame to see the departure of Myth Trust, simply because that's an organization that has been around for so very long time. That said, all the best to Trust. I think that they're making a strong choice, and sometimes changes are what you need to make it to the TI, and that's exactly what we're seeing out of the Trust boys. Next piece up, question mark, is Arise out of TT. Toby Dawson, Toby1, as you may know him, tweeted out, it looks like Arise is now out of Team Tinker because he listed himself as looking for team free agent. And that comes from the actual Arise quote or tweet where he said basically he was looking for a team. And that was in his actual Twitter profile, followed up by a post on Reddit that said that Arise speaking, he said he was never in TT, I was just a stand-in. So whether or not he is officially no longer with them, whether or not he was contractually assigned to them, I cannot tell you for sure. What I can tell you is it is around the internet right now that Arise will be out on his own and is a free agent at the moment. I don't have any news on where he may be going or how that's actually falling out, but I did think it was worth mentioning as something that is being talked about pretty prevalently on the scene. In tournament news today, the only piece of tournament news we have is that We Play Season 3 may be delayed again for the, umpteenth time, and this time perhaps due to a Valve error. So it sounds like there was an item, a cosmetic, that was announced to be part of the We Play Season 3 package, and it was added instead to the Dota 2 Asian Championships compendium package, and as a result, the WePlay package is not ready, and WePlay does not want to get up and running with Season 3 until the package is ready, from what I understand. So if that is the case, WePlay may be delayed again, and we just have no idea when it's going to start. So WePlay League in a lot of back and forth, having a hard time getting up and running. I totally understand. My heart goes out to them, but at the end of the day, I guess that's the modern Dota world that we live in. Last piece of news that I found pretty interesting is that there is a district in the Philippines. This isn't pro or tournament, it's just Dota news. A district in the Philippines has banned Dota from all LAN cafes. So this district has said no LAN cafes in Philippines can host Dota 2. Now, if you're familiar with the SEA scene, especially in the Philippines, you'll know that LAN cafes are pretty much it. A lot of folks don't have computer access at home, don't have great internet, so LAN cafes are sort of the way to go. Now, it's the Sarawag district of Cavite, I believe is how you say it, in the Philippines, decided to officially ban Dota from all local cafes. It's supposed to put an end to gambling and violence among the game's young audience. Apparently, recent statements say that due to the competitive nature of Dota in the area, massive source of gambling, violence, theft, and fraud, it's become a major issue. Any shop that fails to follow the new regulations will receive sanctions, including business suspension or removal of permits. While these measures may seem extreme, it should be noted that the Philippines are notorious for their Dota-related crimes, with two recent examples being the murder of a 67-year-old woman and an 11-year-old child. So those, kind of crazy. I didn't even realize that was happening. So apparently in the Philippines, people are getting killed over Dota. And if that's the case, I guess I have to support the fact that you ban it. So in the Philippines, no more Dota Live. That's kind of crazy, kind of interesting, but that's the news. My name's Toffees, bringing the action as always. Right now, today, Dota Pit going on, and I think some Area 51 action this week. So the new season, Season 3 of Dota Pit, looking pretty good, and obviously Area 51 trying out a new concept in tournament play, so I'll be tuning into that just to see if this online short frame tournament idea is going to catch on, which I think it will. I like the format. So that said, follow me at Toffees_Dota2. Go support the show if you like it, if you listen to it regularly. Anything that you can do to help means the world to us. It's Patreon, patreon.com/Toffees, and that really just helps. It helps keep us funded because a lot of hosting, a lot of other stuff that we do to keep the podcast going. But it also helps make it feel more worthwhile, especially to wake up at 5 a.m. To cut a show before my son wakes up. So anyway, it was Grace May in the morning with you guys. We'll be back Friday. We're going to have Zyori on the show to talk about his Star Ladder 11 experience. Monday, we're going to have the brand new caster for Join Dota. Durka will be joining me. And then we do have a couple more folks coming in. Shane O'Mad has agreed to come onto the show later in the month. And we'll have Asia Amor coming on to talk about being a professional female streamer early in February. So we got some good guests lined up. We're working on more constantly. If there's guests you want to see, let me know on my Twitter account. And if you want to be involved with the new feature on Fridays, we're trying to put together the top plays. Remember, email us at 5midasgaming@gmail.com. So it's been Grace May in the morning with you guys. Have a wonderful afternoon. Play more Dota. And as always, Toffees out.